I remember the first time I asked for layers, I thought it was simple. I just told my barber, give me layers, but when I looked in the mirror, I realized this was not what I expected. That's when I learned that layers can completely change how your hair looks if you get the right ones. So today, I'm going to break it all down and show you how to get layers the right way so you never end up with a haircut you don't love. If you don't know me, my name is Ali and I pretty much talk about how to get a certain hairstyle. So let's get started without wasting any time. You might be wondering why you should get layers. Well, there are so many benefits. Layers can make your hair look fuller and thicker, especially if you have fine or thin hair. They can also reduce bulk if you have thick hair, making it easier to manage. Layers also add movement, so your hair doesn't look flat. Plus, they can frame your face beautifully, highlighting your best features. And let's not forget that layers are super versatile. They work with straight, wavy, and curly hair, and they can be styled in so many ways. And if I talk about ideal length, layers look great on medium to long hair, so 8 to 10 inches is your target hair length. And if your hair is shorter than that, let it grow for a few months. Now, before you even step foot in the barber shop, you need to know what you want. It is important to do some prep work. Start by thinking about the kind of layers you want. Do you want soft blended layers that are barely noticeable? Or do you want choppy, edgy layers that make a statement? Look up some pictures online or on social media to get an idea of what you like. Save a few reference photos to show your barber. This will help them understand exactly what you're looking for. After you are done with the prep work, the first thing you should do before getting the haircut is to talk with your barber. This is your chance to explain what you want. Show them the reference photos you've brought and describe the look you're going for. Be as specific as possible. For example, you might say, I want long face framing layers that start at my chin. Or I would like shorter choppy layers throughout for a more textured look. Next, consider your hair type and texture. For example, if you have curly hair, your layers will look different than if you have straight hair. Talk to your barber about how your hair behaves. Does it frizz easily? Does it hold curls well? The point is that you need to know your hair type and how it behaves. The more information you can give, the better they can adjust the cut to suit you. Your barber will also assess your hair, its thickness, texture, and length, and give you their professional opinion. They might suggest adjustments based on what will work best for your hair type and face shape. After you finish explaining what you want, it is time for the haircut. But it doesn't mean you stop explaining what you want. I'll explain the complete process for you here. First, your haircut starts with washing and drying your hair. This might seem like a simple step, but it is very important. Your stylist will wash your hair thoroughly to remove any dirt, oil, or leftover hair products. Clean hair helps them see your hair's natural texture and how it behaves when wet. Wet hair is also easier to cut evenly. After washing, your barber will dry your hair. Once your hair is clean and dry, the next step is sectioning. This is the most important step for getting amazing layers. Your barber will divide your hair into smaller sections using clips or hair ties. It is like making a plan before building something. It helps keep everything even and organized. It makes sure that each part of your hair gets equal attention and that the barber maintains control over the hair throughout the cutting process. Without sectioning, it is easy to miss spots or cut unevenly. Your barber will usually start parting your hair down the middle and then dividing it into horizontal sections. They might clip the top sections out of the way while they work on the bottom layers first. This helps create an even and well-blended haircut. Depending on the look you're going for, they might use different techniques to create the layers. One common technique is point cutting, where the barber cuts into the hair at an angle rather than straight across. This creates soft blended layers that look natural and flowy, perfect for a supple, textured look. Another technique is slide cutting, where the barber slides the scissors down the hair shaft instead of cutting straight across. This removes some weight and gives your hair a lighter, more bouncy look. If you're going for something more dramatic and bold, your barber might use blunt cutting, where they cut the hair straight across to create sharp, defined layers. Next, they will move to the back, working in small sections. The barber will use the previously cut hair as a guide so everything blends seamlessly. They will hold the hair up at an angle and use the point cutting technique. The back of the hair is where most guys go wrong if their barber is not an expert because they either cut too much or don't blend it well. Now, they will move to the top section. They will take a section from the very top, lift it straight up, and cut at an angle. If you want longer layers, your barber will keep your cuts minimal. If you want more dramatic layers, they will cut a little more. If you want a face framing effect, let your barber know where you want the shortest layers to start around your face. Some people like the shortest layer to begin at their cheekbones, while others prefer it to start at the jawline. If you want something supple, ask for soft feathered layers rather than sharp choppy ones. If you're new to layers, I recommend you start with longer, more supple layers. You can always go shorter later, but you can't undo a cut that is too short. Once the layers are cut, your barber will carefully check to make sure everything is even and well balanced. This step is really important because even a small mistake can change how the whole haircut looks. They'll examine your hair from all angles, front, back, and sides, and even use a mirror so you can see how the layers fall in the back. They'll also run their fingers through your hair to feel for any uneven spots. If anything needs fixing, they'll make small adjustments like trimming a little more on one side or blending the layers better. After the cut, the barber will style your hair. How your hair is styled after getting layers can make a big difference in how the cut looks. If you have straight hair, your barber might blow dry it with a round brush to add volume and show off the movement of the layers. If you have wavy or curly hair, they might use a diffuser to enhance the natural texture. It is a good idea to pay attention to how they style it, because this will give you an idea of how to recreate the look at home. This is also a great time to ask them for styling tips. Once the cut is done, you will want to know how to maintain it. Layers can start to lose their shape over time, so regular trims are important. Depending on how fast your hair grows, getting a trim every 6 to 8 weeks can keep your layers looking fresh. Also, using the right hair products can help define your layers and keep your hair looking healthy. A lightweight mousse or volumizing spray can add lift, while a little bit of hair oil can keep the ends from looking dry. And if you want to enhance the texture, you can use a texturizing spray. Now, let's see how you can style it at home. If you just let your hair air dry, the layers might not be as noticeable. Using a blow dryer with a round brush can enhance the shape of the layers and give you that salon fresh look. If you're going for a more natural finish, use a lightweight styling cream or a little bit of sea salt spray or texturizing cream to bring out the texture. If you have wavy or curly hair, layers are going to give your curls more definition and prevent that pyramid shape where all the weight sits at the bottom. Use a curl enhancing product and scrunch your hair while drying to make the most of your layers. If you have never had layers before, it might take a little time to get used to them. At first, your hair might feel lighter and it may fall differently than it did before. This is completely normal. Just take some time to play around with different styling methods until you find what works best for you. Now, some of you may be asking, Ali, which face shapes and hair texture works best with layers? Well, layers can look great on almost every hair type. If your hair is thick, layers can help remove some of the weight and make your hair feel lighter and more manageable. But if your hair is thin, your barber will cut it in a way that it will look voluminous. If you have wavy or curly hair, layers can enhance your natural texture, but it is important that the barber cuts your hair while it is dry or considers your curl pattern when layering. Straight hair benefits from layers by adding more movement and preventing it from looking too flat. Face shape also plays a role in how layers will look on you. If you have a round face, longer layers that start below the chin can help elongate your features. For square faces, soft feathered layers can balance out strong jawlines. Like I always said, oval faces are the most versatile and can pull off almost any layering style. If you have a heart-shaped face, layers that frame the face and start around the jawline can create a more balanced appearance. And the best tip to make your layers look great is to constantly take care of your hair. For this, you need a simple yet effective hair care routine. Watch this video next where I have shared how you can care for your hair in an easy yet effective way.